Happy St. Patrick's Day! I can't believe I'm wearing this. Well, when you're stuck at home, you start to go crazy. Welcome to another edition of Bridget's Chalk and Boutique. So tonight we are going to do two quick projects. So I had a special request for ink. So tonight we're going to do two. We're going to do paste and we're going to do ink. I'm going to talk about the differences, two little projects. We're going to be on our way. So I hope everybody is at home. Make sure you guys are my replay viewers. We're going to be doing this live. So it takes a minute for all my live people to hop on. So I just need to get the video going. So you might want to fast forward. If you're watching the replay, just say hashtag replay so I know you're here. Don't you like this? Happy St. And I'm Irish. Bridget is a very Irish name. And Murray is my maiden name. So we're going to get started in just a minute. Make sure you guys say hello. Oh, everybody's at home. I hope everybody's at home and washing your hands. I feel like I'm going to get mobbed because I've got disinfectant wipes down here that we're going to be using to wipe my fingers off, which I guess is a good thing. We're going to play safe tonight. All right, so let me share this for a minute, and if you guys share it, that'd be great too. I just got to make sure that my customer group sees this because then they get upset with me. And they're like, well, you didn't tell me. And I'm like, well, I shared it. All right, so we're going to share to my customer group. Hopefully we'll get a couple more people. And then I am going to share to my timeline. We're almost done. Almost done. Oh, you can share to your groups. All right. All right. Are we ready to go? Are we ready to get started? Hello, hello. Okay, so what are we doing tonight? All right. Don't y'all like, I don't know how long the bow is going to last. I'm going to have feathers everywhere. I don't have a St. Patrick's Day one to do because we already did our Loads of Luck truck, which turned out super awesome. So tonight we're going to do a welcome board, which I thought would be cute. So we're going to use a little bit of the modern floral. We're going to use the welcome. And then I had a request to do some ink. So we're going to do a chicken towel tonight. Are you guys ready? I'm excited. All right, we're going to have to lose the boa till later. I hope everybody's celebrating and having an awesome hygienic St. Pat. I know everybody should be at the bar, but instead we're all home. All right, so what are we working with tonight, guys? I'll show you. So this is a board you cannot buy from my website. You're gonna have to go to a lumber yard or somewhere and get it. This is a remnant of when I did my welcome boards for the porch. All right, so this is a 2-foot board. It's about 1 inch thick and 6 inches across. This was, I got it in the lumber section of Home Depot. So I got it, it's pressure treated. I sanded it and I stained it and I waxed it. All right, so there's a process to get this board. You're not just gonna buy the board. But this is what I did, but I wanted you, it's wood, solid wood. So you can chalk on wood. So we're gonna, chalk on wood, knock on wood, chalk on wood. So we are going to do a welcome sign because I thought, look at how cute this little guy is. Look at him. So he's gonna go on our welcome board. Like I needed something to put him on and I was like, oh, I don't have any bead transfers left because I sold all those. You guys are buying me out of stuff. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. I need to place another order. All right, so let's chalk, y'all. You ready? All right, so we should just do the welcome first. Now this has been used a bunch, okay? We gotta make some room. I had lots of ideas for this one, but it's like, I thought about putting like flowers at the bottom. We are going to fuzz it just a little bit, but I think it's probably pretty good because it's been used quite a bit. So we're gonna start with our paste and we're gonna do our ink afterwards. And you're gonna see it's a pretty similar process, all right? So the only thing you're gonna use the ink on is like a porous surface that you want to be permanent as far as like fabrics and stuff because you can heat set it. Let me put you guys down here so you can see. So we're gonna start with our paste. So I am fuzzing and what this does is it gets like the extra sticky off of it, okay? Because these are reusable. We like to reuse our transfers. All right, and we're going to kind of like center it. Well, I think that's good, like right in there. All right, I'm just gonna do the welcome in just plain white. We're gonna keep it simple. Sometimes less is more. So I have my white paste, and you want to, oh, I got it, look. So I'm gonna mix it up. You always wanna mix your chalk paste first. Make sure it's a good consistency. You want it to be kind of like yogurt, right? Make sure you guys say hi when you pop on. Let me know where you're watching from, what y'all are doing to keep busy. I know everybody's on Facebook. Like, if you guys have project requests or things you want me to do, let me know, because I'm home with y'all. Now, I am working from home from my day job, but I do have to work during the day, so I can't be down in my craft room, unfortunately, because my boss would know anyway. I'm friends with her on Facebook, so I'm not going to be playing on Facebook during the day. I'm going to work, but it means I'm home extra early because I don't have a commute. It was so nice today. I like rolled out of bed, got in the shower, like threw my hair in a bun. That's why I look like this. I didn't even put on any makeup. Not that y'all care what I look like. Ready? All right, so I am just going to, I'm getting messages from people. So I'm just putting the paste over, right? Just like this. Kind of smoothing it out. You don't need it too thick. The one thing that people make is the biggest mistake people make when they first start chalking is they feel like they have to put it on super thick, and then they think they have to let it dry. You don't want it to dry. I know it's like doesn't make sense. You don't want it to dry. But what this is this is a silk screen that you're essentially pushing it through a screen, right? Like think of it as a filter. And so if you let the paste dry, it's gonna dry in your filter. So when you go to take your transfer off, you're gonna pull up that paste, and you don't want that. So it's really important that you move quickly. All right, so let's see, this should be pretty easy to do. Ready? Welcome, look how pretty that is. Boom. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that. Okay, so let me wash this off very quickly. Look at how nice that came out. We're gonna do some floral on here, and then we're gonna put our bee. So that was it. So when we do the ink, we're gonna do the ink the exact same way. So that's why I said it's pretty much the same process, but this is, I'm just cleaning this off with one of our board erasers. Now the board eraser gets down in there and gets that paste out of your silk screen. So you wanna make sure that it's nice and clean, that you get that out of there so it's ready to use. The last thing you want to do when you're like super excited and getting ready to do a project is have to go clean your transfer because you didn't do a good job putting it away, right? So we want to make sure that they're nice and clean and pretty. So I'm going to let that dry, and I'll show you where we're at so far. I mean, look at, it's just gorgeous. You could just literally leave the board like this. Look at the details. I mean, how pretty is that? It took, what, 2 seconds? So like, yeah, gorgeous. So I am going to put the lid back on my white, and I just want to make sure this is dry before I put any more. I'm actually going to take the Modern Floral, because y'all know I like that one, and I'm going to do some floral on the edges of it just to kind of dress it up a little bit, and then I'm going to have like the bee coming down into it. I think it'll be cute, and it's really fast to do. Okay. This is just a blow dryer. That's it. Nothing spectacular. But because I'm putting another transfer, I want to make sure that it's dry. Alright, so if I put the floral and it rubs on here, I could end up pulling some of it. I just got a message from Lisa. Lisa, if you're watching, I'll answer you when we're done. good. So our paste typically only takes like 3 to 5 minutes to dry, but I like to use a blow dryer just to be sure. Okay, I'm gonna set this over here, and I am going to pull out, this is our modern floral, which is really pretty. The modern floral is the same one that I've been using over and over. I get a lot of requests for this one because it's like there's so many things you can do with this. It's ridiculous. So I'm about to show you. This is our chicken. We're gonna do the chicken and the ink in a minute because seriously guys, we're almost done with this. I'm not kidding. I told you it would be fast. All right, I'm just making room. All right. So we have to figure out what part of our floral do we want to do. Now this has been used, I'm not going to fuzz it because it's been used quite a bit. So here's the challenging part, guys. I don't want the part I'm not using to be all over my table. So I think I'm just trying to make it fit. This is where a second person would come in. Who wants to come chalk with me? I just have to figure out like how much of the floral do I want on there. I think that would be pretty. Probably should have did the floral first and then the welcome over it, but I don't think it matters. All right. I just want to do the flower part to make it look like it's hanging off. I'm not doing the leaves, I'm just doing the flower. Can y'all see what I'm doing over here? So I'm just taking part of the transfer. And I'm using our pink grapefruit because it's my new favorite color. This is one of our in vogue colors that just came out this season. Anything that's in vogue is seasonal, so get it while it's hot because when they're gone, they're awesome. I love it. That's why a lot of the colors that I have are in vogue, and you'll see me say, well, you can't get this anymore. But honestly, I mean, we have similar colors. But this one is just so pretty. All right, it needs a little bit of squirt. Now, I'm not sure who's here. Make sure y'all say hi. Stephanie, are you here? Did you come over here with me? I saw your comment about going to get some wine, and I must say I'm a little jealous. I can't whine because I have a meeting at 8 a.m. in the morning. Even though I'm working from home, I have to be responsible. Adulting sucks sometimes. Okay, but thankfully, I'm able to work from home, so that's a good thing. All right, so let's do this. Ready? We're gonna do it. I think it's gonna be really pretty. We're gonna have to move kind of quickly because remember, we don't want this to dry. When it dries, that's when we start seeing the peeling, okay? So I'm trying to do my edge work. Now, you can use, to get up in close, you can use our multi-tool. It's really good for that. I love this modern floral. And you know what's funny is I didn't even like this transfer. It's been out for almost a year. And when it first came out, I was like, God, that's ugly. I just didn't like it. I don't know why. Maybe it was the picture in the catalog. I hated it. And then I saw people using it and I was like, well, I guess I better order it. And now it's one of my most used. I use this sucker for everything. I love it. You can't go wrong with this modern floral. I mean, it's got so many possibilities. And I like that you can just use bits and pieces of it, which is super cool. You don't have to use the whole thing, which is awesome. Okay, hold on. We're almost done. Almost done. I'm just kind of doing the flower part. I don't necessarily want to get all the leaves because then it's called scope creep and then we'll be here all night. I'm just making sure that I got, the edges is where you can forget things. I think that looks pretty good. All right, we ready? Let's pull her up, see what she looks like. Ooh, look at that, y'all. Gorgeous. I'm gonna do one on the other side. Isn't that stunning? Like with the black background, holy cow. That looks amazing. Give it some love. I might not sell this one. I come up with these ideas and then I'm like, yeah, I better keep that. Like, isn't that awesome? All right, let me flip it around. We're gonna do one on the other side. We have to do one on the other side. You can't just leave it like that. All right, so let's do a different flower on the other side. Let's see. Okay, so this one is like, these hard ones can be difficult to work with, I will tell you. Those big ones can be hard. It's gonna look funny though, don't you think? See, it sticks to my tablecloth. Be careful. We almost need to do a big one over here, because if we try to do that small one, it's gonna look lopsided. So let's just do the big one. Trying to keep it off my tablecloth. And kind of line it up as I can. And you can cut these transfers. I don't want to cut it, but you can. If you got to like, you were trying to use it and it was really difficult, you could cut this up. All right. But this one is designed to go on our pillows. I know we were talking about pillows earlier, and about doing ink. This needs to come down just a tad because this flower is a little bit smaller. Okay. Ready? So let's do this one. Make sure you guys say hello. Y'all are some quiet people. Okay. Ready? We got a little gop, a little dabble dia, and we're gonna just start chalking. Now we're still using, this is our paste. This is not our ink. We're gonna do our ink in a minute. That will literally take me 2 minutes. I'm gonna show you how to use the ink, but it's the same process. The only thing different with the ink is we're gonna heat set it. And I'm not gonna do that on the live. I'll show you how to do it. Just because that would involve me like, yeah, it's easy. I mean, it's like an iron-on. Didn't y'all do iron-ons? Do you remember doing iron-ons when we were kids? I remember going to the mall. They had a thing at the mall. And I got a Miss Pac-Man t-shirt. That was just recent, y'all. No, it was back in the 80s. I got a Miss Pac-Man t-shirt at the mall. And I thought it was like the best thing ever. And my cousin got a Pac-Man shirt. My Nana took me. I was like, what? Alright, so I'm like just trying to go around the edges right here. Making sure that we've got even, nice kind of even lines. This is gonna be really pretty, guys. And I think the bee is just gonna make it come to life. I think it'll be just like, boom. I was gonna do like a nautical one, but we got some really cool nautical stuff in this catalog, and I have not ordered it yet. So I plan on placing an order for that soon. And then we can work on some of the more beachy stuff. But I don't want to get too far ahead of the seasons, because by June we'll be doing Christmas stuff. Look how pretty. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. Okay, loving it. So this has to come over here. I'm gonna have to clean that when we're done. We're not gonna do that right now. So here's our welcome so far. Isn't that pretty? Oh, you can't even see the whole thing. Like, ta-da, it's gorgeous. So only thing we have to do with the welcome is just let it dry, and then we'll put our little bee on it and we'll be done. So, and then I will clean that transfer off. Those are a little tougher. The big ones are harder to wash. So I have a big laundry sink, or the other thing you guys can do is put it in your shower. Take it in your shower and wash it. I'm just gonna dry this really good, and then we'll put our little bee, and I think he'll be so cute. We could even do more, like if we wanted to. I like it just like it is. I think it's like, sometimes less is more, you know, like. Okay, now look how cute he's gonna be with the bee. The bees are buzzing in the trees to make some honey just for me. Look at that, can y'all see? How can I adjust it so y'all can see it? So this is a 2-foot board and I can't get y'all on the screen. Isn't that adorable? I absolutely love this. I think it's so cute. It was so easy to make. Like I said, it's just, so, and if you wanted to put this outside, you certainly could. The only thing that you need to do is to put a setting spray on top of it. You can get that at any craft store. Okay, you put a sealant and it's gonna be just fine in the rain. Like I did my Christmas ones like that. My welcome boards outside, you can put it right on your porch. So you could put this on your deck, wherever you wanted to. Totally weatherproof, but I would stick the bee on there, like glue them or something. Isn't that cute? Okay, so let's do some ink real quick. And I know, look what I have. If I said like free with any purchase, I'd be top seller for Chalk Couture this month. Yeah, free wipes and toilet paper with your purchase. My husband found toilet paper today, thank God. We were not one of those crazy people. I'm making room because we gotta do the ink. We did not go crazy because I was like, we're not gonna be those people. And then I'm like, oh my God, we got 2 rolls of toilet paper and I'm not leaving the house for 2 weeks. And my husband and my son is here, so I'm just like, okay. So he went out and he found some today. Okay, you ready for the ink? Are you excited? All right, so how do we do ink? We do ink the same way. Let me show you. Let me move this out of the way. So the only difference with ink is you need an ink mat, guys. All right. The reason you need an ink mat is because your ink is gonna bleed through. And that's for any surface that you're working on. Now, this is one of our ink mats. We have them in 2 sizes. This one fits our lumbar pillow, and then we have the square one that fits our other pillow. Oh, here's the pillow. That modern floral that I just did, this was also done on this pillow as well. So you see how many uses I get out of that transfer. It's crazy. Okay, so let's move our St. Patrick's Day stuff. So this is just an ink mat. Now this is a towel. Obviously, Chalk Couture does not sell these. You can use any towel that you want. This is linen. What's it made out of? Cotton craft, machine wash. Actually, it's 100% cotton, so it's a cotton towel. You can do this on t-shirts. You can do it on whatever you want. All right. So I am going to lay my towel. I need to make a little bit of room over here. I have it, like I have to make room for the ink mat, and I want this to be straight. So, because I have it on my work mat. All right, so the only thing that you need to do with the ink is get all the wrinkles out, okay? So you're working on a flat surface when you're working on fabric. These I don't have to iron, but sometimes if it's like a shirt, I will iron it first to get all the wrinkles out. Or our pillowcases, I definitely want to iron those. So when I said chicken towels, this is what I meant. Wicked chickens lay deviled eggs. I will tell you, these towels I can never ever keep in stock, and somebody will probably end up buying this one too. So if you're interested, shoot me a message. I'll tell you how much they are. Actually, I can do that on here because it's not a Chalk Couture product. So I sell these towels for $7 each. All right. And I can make them for you, whatever, color you want your chicken. But the best, I think, is black. Okay. So I'm going to use my transfer, which is the same one I've been using over and over and over. You can see how many times he's been used. And we're going to kind of line him up in the center. So because you could use a ruler if you wanted to, I just kind of like walk my fingers in just to make sure. These are called originals because I don't have any patience. So this one, like sometimes they're a little off center, but no, they'll turn out really good. So this white line is my center, right? And so just kind of when you're working with these checkerboards, just kind of pay attention to like where stuff is gonna be, right? Because ink is a little more non-forgiving than paste. If you make a mistake with the paste, you can wash it off. If you make a mistake with the ink, you're gonna have a little bit more trouble fixing it, okay? But you can fix it. The biggest mistake that I see with ink is not using enough. So you wanna make sure, because it's porous, right? So your ink is gonna absorb into the towel. So you wanna make sure that you're using enough. All right, so notice I did not fuzz. We don't wanna fuzz, we want this to stick. And this one is not as sticky as I would like, but it's okay. I can still work with it. And this one I've probably used 40 times at least, right? So here is my ink. Now you can see our ink is a different consistency, all right? Oh, look, and I left this is gonna be lovely. Okay, try to remember not to leave the cap on. The cap was left on. We don't want this on there. See, I'm gonna make a mess, so hold on. Let me wipe my fingers off. This is why I have wipes. And keep a trash can nearby. Always have wipes nearby when you're working with ink. Cause, I don't know, it like seems to go everywhere. At least with me, I'm always making a mess with ink. All right, so it's really easy. It's only gonna take us a second, literally, to do this. And I have it under my fingers. So your ink is actually a different consistency than the paste. See how smooth it is? All right, typically I don't ever have to add water. It's usually like, so it's like very smooth and shiny. It's definitely different. The lid is actually a different color. So if you have both at home, it kind of draws attention that, hey, maybe you're using the wrong one. So the white lid is our actual ink. All right, so all we're gonna do, I like to start at the top and work my way down. That way I'm not working through with whatever I've already done. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Hopefully you guys can see. All right, so I'm gonna just kind of hold it down. Now, remember when I was telling you about the edges? This one is really important. That's where I see most people make the mistakes with their ink, is the edges of your lettering, because you have to be careful not to go out the lines. It's like coloring, because if you go outside the lines on this one, you're gonna end up with ink blotches all over your towel, right? So you don't wanna do that. But you wanna make sure that you are using enough so you've got it coverage, okay? So that looks good. So this does not dry nowhere near as fast. So we have a little bit more time. We don't have to work quite as quickly. But you definitely want to be a little cautious and precise. Take your time a little bit when you're working with the ink. Make sure that it is seeping into your fabric and checking. And I'm going to go back and check this one before I pull it up. But the nice thing is if you pull it up and you're like, oh, I missed a spot, or it needs a little bit right there, you can always add more. You just can't take away, right? So we're still gonna get the beautiful details in this one that we will with our paste, okay? All right, so let's keep going. Do y'all like the St. Patrick's Day look? No? The only problem is I'm not drinking because it's a work night. And I'm responsible, but I should be having something since I'm Irish. Bridget's a very Irish name. Okay, so, and Murray, that's my maiden name. See how that came up? That's all right, because it went straight back down. So, especially down here, because I've used this transfer a lot, I know that the lettering at the bottom can get pretty tricky too, as far as making sure you're using enough. to get even coverage. Hey, that looks pretty good. I've had to mass produce these before. In the fall when I was doing all those vendor shows, I was getting custom orders for these and I was selling them like hotcakes. I haven't made any in a while. So I'm assuming the orders will be coming. And I have them in different colors. I'm out of the red though. I'd have to order some. No, Stephanie, I have an ink mat underneath of here. But you definitely want to have something underneath of it. The ink mat actually has a sticky side to it. So it helps like make your fabric a little more taut. You know what I mean? So I definitely, but you want to have something under there. But I recommend the ink mat. All right, so again, check your fingers before you go back and touch your towel because you're going to have ink. Even if you don't realize it, you're going to have ink on them. All right, and we're going to pull it up and we're going to hope. Look at how pretty that turned out. Look at that. Gorgeous. Perfection. Let me wipe this off really quick, guys, because I like to take care of my transfers. I take really good care of them and they take really good care of me. So I like to clean them while they're still wet. It's not that I don't when I'm trying to ignore you guys. I just like to extend the life of them so I can make more and more chicken towels. And you could totally just put the chicken on there. You don't have to have the wicked chicken lay deviled egg. And you can use any part of this transfer that you want to. All right. Let me set this up here, dry my hands, and then I will show you the towel and I'll show you what I'm talking about as far as the stickiness goes. Get the ink off and wear an apron when you're working with the ink. You're gonna put that in there. Okay, so this is our, see how this is sticky? I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of sticking to this. This is why I like this. Look at the details. Isn't that gorgeous? It's so easy to do. I mean, it turned out like perfect. Now what you have to do is you gotta let this dry before you heat set it. So what I like to do is I usually just let mine sit out overnight. If you're in a hurry or you're making it for a gift, you can blow dry it. I wipe off the back of this because you can wipe it off and it'll get sticky again. But when you lay your towel on here, you want to kind of push it, and the sticky helps keep it firm and tight, so you get nice clean lines. That's why I like this. But you could use parchment paper, but just make sure that you pull it. Okay. So what we do now is, let's say it's morning and we're done and we want to heat set it. All right. So heat setting is really easy to do. All we would do, and well, you will need the parchment paper to heat set. So when you're going to heat set, you're going to put a piece of parchment paper underneath and you're going to put a piece of parchment paper on top. All right. You're going to take your iron and put it on medium and you're going to go for 4 minutes, just like this, right? Then when you're done after 4 minutes, you're going to flip it over again. This should be sandwiched. You're going to make like a sandwich between your parchment paper. You're going to do 4 minutes on the back side. Once you have done that, you're good to go. You can wash this, you can dry this, you can, whatever you want to do. All right. It's super easy. You can do this with t-shirts too. So if you're making a shirt, which I've made a lot of shirts with this. Yes, Stephanie, you can use your heat press. I have one too, girl. You got to heat press 30 seconds on that bad boy. You're done. Yes, use your heat press. A lot of people don't have a heat press, so, but you're hardcore. The heat press, that's why I got it, because I was making so many of these towels and so many like shirts for people. I was like, this is taking forever, especially if you're doing like a big piece. Like I've done some really big t-shirts that were like front and back and you're like 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes. That takes time. So yeah, use your heat press. That's it. I mean, it's super easy. Same exact process. Just make sure that you're using, I recommend one of our ink mats. Yeah, 30 seconds with your heat press. That's it. You could do 45 if you wanted, but I typically do 30 seconds. And if you're really nervous, like do 30 seconds and then let it cool off and then do 30 seconds again. But yeah, I've got lots of things that I've made and washed, and even my pillowcases, when you're doing your pillowcases, same thing with your pillowcases. Like when I did this pillow with the modern floral, I did the same process, except for I used our square. And our square mat fits in here perfectly. So we have two sizes of mats. We have the long one you just saw me use, which goes with our lumbar pillow. And then we have our square one, which is designed to go with these pillows. So when I did this pillow, I think the video is here on my business page. There's a zipper, so obviously there wasn't stuffing in it. So my mat fit in there perfectly. So I did my design, and then same thing when I went to heat press it. I put my parchment paper inside the pillow and a layer on top of the pillow. And then I flipped my pillowcase inside out, and I did it again, same way, inside and outside. And then you can wash and dry these all day long. It's awesome. I had to do that once before. Actually, I have one over here. Hang on just a second. This one I actually washed because I haven't put any stuffing in it yet. I had stuffing in it, but because I'm a dummy, so I went to a vendor show and I was in a hurry and I was packing up because I had this one for sale. And I had my wipes in there, and the stuff had leaked out all over my pillowcases, and it kind of like stained them. But anyway, so this has been washed and dried, and you can see the ink is still, I mean, it's wrinkly because I haven't stuffed it. I haven't literally took it out of the dryer and it's sitting over there, but I gotta stuff it. But this has been washed and dried, and this was actually made with our lumbar pillow. This fit perfectly in here. Okay. You can dye our pillowcases as well. Just know that if you dye them, they're going to shrink. All right. So your mat's not going to fit perfect if you dye them. They will shrink. And I think this shrunk a little bit after being in the dryer, but no big deal. Once I put stuffing in it, I could put it back upstairs. I had it on my sofa. So awesome. Well, do you have any questions? Was that helpful? I hope it was helpful. But same process. I mean, so you can, if you wanted to take that chicken transfer and then go use it on a chalkboard, you can do that. I mean, you can interchange the transfers all day long, which is awesome. I've done so many things. Yeah, it has a zipper. All of them do. Our pillows do. So I just had it unzipped because I need to stuff it. But yeah, there's a zipper on this one. And there's a zipper on the other one. See? I just had it unzipped. But yeah, it doesn't come with the stuffing. So, which is fine because the shipping would be ridiculously expensive. So, when I sell pillowcases, I usually just sell the cover. And then you can get stuffing at any craft store. Or you can put a, some people like the foam inserts. You can put the inserts in them. So... But they're awesome. I love our, there's so many things you can do. The t-shirts I've made are crazy. We made some Sugar Skull t-shirts because I'm a huge Zach Brown Band fan. And we make custom Sugar Skull shirts. They were awesome. Yeah, I've done lots of crazy stuff with them. What other questions do you guys have? And the ink washes off too. But it's not as forgiving as the paste is. So please be careful when you're working with your ink. Always wear make sure you always wear an apron. It comes off your hands, no problem. But I'm still very cautious with my ink. I wouldn't wear a really nice shirt or whatever and get it all over. It wipes right off. Then you put your lid back on it. And a jar of ink lasts quite a while. It'll last you a long time. And we have tons and tons of different colors of inks also. Any questions, y'all? I don't see any. If you guys have any, just leave them. I will get the notification after it uploads, and I will come back and answer them for you. If you guys have projects you want me to do, or I have a lot of transfers. So, but let me know. I'll be happy to do some, I'm going to try to do a lot of lives because we're all going to be very claustrophobic. But try to watch for me in the evening times. I am working my day job from home, so I typically finish up between 3 and 4. And then I come down here to play in my craft room. So look for me in the afternoons. All right, guys, stay safe. Wash your hands. My husband is rolling his eyes. More craft stuff, really. Yes, she needs more craft stuff. What is wrong with them? They don't understand. They don't get it. Of course we need more craft stuff. My husband has gotten pretty accepting. He's like, well, okay, if you need it for your business. I'm like, yeah. And I want to have like a weekend. I want to have a crafty weekend for my local peeps to come over and play in my craft room and have some wine this weekend. So, all right, guys. Well, tell your husband it's fine. And if you need me to like order it here and then like change the label and send it to you with like an alibi, I can do that too. I'll just tell them it's feminine products or something. They won't open the box. You could just take it down to your craft room. Oh, you missed the board. Stephanie, you weren't on here? I already did it. Hold on. I thought you were on here the whole time. I lost my bee. We did it already. Look, couldn't it turn out cute? I'll post pictures of it. Or you can watch the replay. You can watch the back. Look at the bee. Look how cute that turned out. Yeah, I already did it. I didn't realize you were here. You weren't on here yet. There was a bunch of people on here and nobody said anything. So I was like, well, we're going to get started. But you can go watch it from the front. It didn't really take long at all. I think I started like right at 7:30. It's 8:15 now and you caught all the ink part of it. So I think it turned out really pretty. All right. Somebody's laughing at my video I shared. I know, I love it. All right, well, I'm going to go. Stephanie, if you need help or have questions with stuff that you're looking at, shoot me a message. I'll be around. Okay, the replay should be ready momentarily. As soon as I end it, it'll like process and it'll be ready in a couple minutes. So, all right, but I'm here if you need me, if you have questions. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Stay safe. Bye.